we're kicking it off with some AEW news that ties into WWE because, well, Tony Khan basically went on record saying that WWE is contract tampering. Tony Khan says that WWE has tampered with contracts of AEW talent and that there is a, quote, real war going on between AEW and WWE. In an interview with the Dan Le Batard show, Khan detailed alleged contract tampering by WWE and discussed competition between the two biggest companies in the United States. Khan stated the following: I can only speak to the challenges we've had, and I got a lot of wrestlers coming to me and allege that WWE reached out to them to tamper with their contracts and asked them to break their contracts, Khan said. I can't confirm that specifically. I can only tell you what the wrestlers have come to me and said, but I've had multiple wrestlers and staff report to me. It was very disturbing, and I've had to go out and try to put on good shows despite this alleged tampering. Stuff like that. But frankly, I don't think it stopped us because the quality of the product and the quality of the shows is at an all-time high right now. The wrestling business is very dirty, Khan continued. I only know what people have come to me and alleged. But I do know it's a real war between AEW and WWE, and the fans are interested in it. And that was part of the original business model of AEW, was I knew wrestling fans, frankly, are very interested in wrestling free agency and wrestling wars. And I believe we could create a free agent market that is definitely a real thing now. And that would be a big part of the story. Now, what's interesting is the story that is the most real, the most intense, and the most hatred in all of pro wrestling is that between the two wrestling promotions. I think we truly hate each other. And I think it makes for real exciting TV. And it makes for an exciting wrestling war. Now, I don't know what Tony Khan's smoking in his pipe over there in Jacksonville or Chicago, whatever house he's at right now. But this just sounds like somebody trying to create a promo that's not really hitting well to hype up something. Like, this is just some of the most ridiculous stuff I've ever heard Tony Khan say. Like, let me reread the last thing he said here that was quoted. And this show was transcribed and quoted out from Post Wrestling. But he said, now what's interesting is the story is the most that is the most real, the most intense, and the most hatred in all of pro wrestling is between the two wrestling promotions. What? The hatred? What? You gotta be fucking kidding me, Tony Khan. Coming out here saying the war is real. We hate each other. But in the end, it makes compelling television. So, do you not hate WWE? Does WWE not hate you? I mean, we know you hate WWE because you pulled Billy Gunn out of the DX celebration like last minute, kinda. They all thought Billy was in, and Billy got pulled last minute because of Tony Khan. So it's like, I don't understand where Tony's coming from. I get it. WWE may have reached out to some of their talent, but it's not like Tony didn't do the same thing. Let's take Jeff Hardy, for example. How much do you want to bet? It's not legally tampering because Tony probably didn't reach out to Jeff specifically, or any higher ups like Christopher Daniels or whoever in AEW probably didn't reach out to Jeff Hardy specifically. But how much you want to bet that they knew when Jeff's contract was up, the date, the time, the minute, because of Matt. And Matt was maybe negotiating things as a mediary. They got things like that they're doing. Yeah, they're mad because WWE has reached out to their guys. Now, we don't know what WWE has reached out for, who, and how many. He was very vague on this. And the one interesting thing that he stated here was, I've had multiple wrestlers and staff report that to me about WWE reaching out. So is WWE reaching out to more than just wrestlers? Are they reaching out to producers as well? Are they reaching out to people on the non-wrestling side of things as far as going to the shows every week? Maybe people on the production side, like not the in-ring, but the production side of things? We don't know. Tony was very vague here, but really just made this sound like a fan cutting a promo, trying to hype up something that's not really much of nothing. Now, we do know WWE and AEW are not copacetic in the terms of they're going to work together and put on a super show, or they're going to trade talent here and there periodically. No, that's not going to happen anytime soon. But for Tony to come out here and say the hatred is real, it is intense, da-da-da-da-da, I don't know. It still feels like Tony Khan is more fan than promoter.